So welcome guys back to another video in the channel. We're doing another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. A bit of news to get into, so we're going to dive straight into it. But before we start, we are going to reflect on what was a very bad evening last night for England as we crashed out of Euro 2020 at the final hurdle, losing to Italy on penalties. A very disappointing end to what was a very good tournament and a lot of smiling faces, but in the end it was despair. As always for England, 30 years of hurt never stopped the streaming, but it continues for England. And big commiserations to Bukayo Saka as he did miss the decisive penalty, which again did send a lot of messages towards him, some good, some bad. Obviously don't condone the bad ones, it's just not good enough. It's just people don't learn sometimes and you just got to deal with it. But yeah, Bukayo Saka, I hope he comes back mentally stronger because we will need him for this next up-and-coming season for Arsenal and for the Qatar World Cup next year, for where he's going to play for England and hopefully make an even more impressive role as he has done this season in this Euros, because no one expected him to play the amount of minutes he has for England. And yeah, so it's very bad, and hopefully he does come back stronger because he is such a good footballer with bags load of talent. So that's, Bukayo Saka and England crashing out of Euro 2020. Getting into the transfer news now, and this is sort of a follow-up to England now being out of Euro 2020 and the competition now finishing, and we're going to be talking about Ben White. Now, as I said, a lot of times when I have talked about Ben White, everything is agreed, everything is now in place for Ben White to join Arsenal because he has been out with the England squad. He hasn't played, I don't think, a single minute for England in this competition, but he has been out with the squad, which means he can't, come to Arsenal and do all the medicals and those sorts of things. But he is going to join Arsenal, and that is confirmed, and because of the fact that he's in England, it's going to be easier to get the deal done, and hopefully he's going to be in time to, I think, join the USA tour. Probably not the Scotland one, but the USA tour he'll be in time to join, because we're playing Hibs, and then we're playing Rangers, and then we're playing Inter Milan, and then we're playing, I think, Everton or Illinois. So hopefully he has time to play one of those games we're going to play in pre-season. But with Ben White, again, the deal's done. £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. William Saliba is set to join Marseille as a repercussion to this, because Ben White is going to play. And Saliba is going to go out alone. And I've talked about many times my thoughts on that one, so check the previous videos out. But Ben White is going to go to Arsenal, and that is done deal. Everything's agreed, personal terms agreed since ages, and total agreement between Arsenal and Brighton was hit 2 weeks ago. Arsenal still holding interest in Yves Bissouma and Tariq Lamptey, but nothing as of yet moves have been made. Again, with Matt Ryan as well, nothing's been done. I think he's going to go to Real Sociedad. That's nearly done. But Ben White is going to join Arsenal, and again, am I happy about it? A bit of a tricky one, because look, we don't need a centre-back with the fact that William Saliba's going out, Luiz is gone. Maybe we do, and maybe Arsenal do see it as a priority. But Ben White for £50 million is quite an excessive one. But he is going to join Arsenal for that kind of money, and we just have to live with it. And that is the news on Ben White. Next bit of news is on Albert Sambi Lokonga. An announcement is imminent as he is now in quarantine in England ahead of hopefully joining for the USA tour, or maybe even the latter half of the Scotland tour. But Albert Sambi Lokonga, everything agreed, €17.5 million plus 3 in add-ons. He will join Arsenal, personal terms all agreed. Announcement is very much imminent. He is now, I think, in London doing his medical, and he's going to join Arsenal, and that is a done deal. And hopefully everyone is excited by the signing of Albert Sambi Lokonga, because he is a top talent, as I've talked about, and I will talk about in my announcement video when that comes out. Because Sambi Lokonga, has got a lot of talent with him. Captaining his team at 21 is a big feat, and hopefully he does come in, does well for us, and that is the signing of Sambi Lokonga, which is basically done. The next bit of news is on Hector Bellerin. Now, again, a lot of news linking him to Inter Milan, and the ever reliable Matteo Moretto to Sky Sports has spoken, and he suggested that Hector Bellerin spoke with Arsenal and has requested to leave. He wants to go to Inter. It is his priority. Now the club has to work on it to find the best formula. So that's what has been said and put out by Sky Sports. basically suggesting that Hector Bellerin has put in a transfer request and he does want to go to Inter Milan. Now, again, as we all know, Inter have sold Achraf Hakimi to Paris Saint-Germain for around 70 million euros, and they do need a replacement. Now, the strange thing here is that Inter want a option. They want to get him on loan with an option to buy. Arsenal want an obligation to buy, but are open with the option to buy, but under certain circumstances that does become obligational. Now, it's still a bit baffling to me, and if there are Inter Milan fans, leave the thoughts down in the comment section down below what you think, because with Hector Bellerin, it's the fact that he's going to be around 20 million euros. Inter have got so much money, so why aren't Arsenal saying to Inter, look, you've got this money from Hakimi, why don't you give us a bit of that? Now, maybe we sell him for a bit cheaper if it means we get the money in now, because we definitely need a right back. In that position at the moment, we've got Callum Chambers, who did play in the back end of last season. We've still got Cedric in that position, but I still do think we do need a proper right back, because Callum Chambers, again, is he all that? I don't know. Same goes with Cedric. Is he all that? I don't know. But yeah, we do need a right back, and hopefully Hector Bellerin does leave the club to Inter Milan. Now, I don't feel option with an obligation to buy, that sort of thing. Just pay the money. If it's 20 million euros, so be it. I think we can get a bit more for him, but even if it is a bit more, then we hopefully should, maybe try and get a bit more if it's an option to buy, obligation to buy, like 25 to 30 million euros. But let's just say to Inter, look, if you're going to buy, just buy him now for 20 million euros. You already got 70. I know you have financial issues to cover, then you can use the other 50 to cover your financial issues. But, come on, we need to try and sell Bellerin. Clubs around Europe do want him. Obviously, PSG did want him, but now they've got Hakimi. Juventus held an interest at one point. I'm not sure if that'll come to anything. I think Barcelona had an interest at one point, but they've now got Emerson back from Real Betis. So will that fade? I think that Paris Saint-Germain will fade a bit. The only two clubs that I think would be probably interested is Juventus and Inter Milan, the two clubs from Italy. So do I think it will happen? Possibly. I think Inter Milan, that's a big opportunity for Bellerin to go, and I think it may end up happening. So that's the news on Hector Bellerin. So the next bit of news is on Nuno Tavares, as he is now officially signed for Arsenal, as Arsenal's website confirmed. My last video on the channel was his announcement, so guys, please go check that one out. Nuno Tavares has joined us from Benfica on a long-term contract. The 21-year-old defender developed through Benfica youth system, making his Benfica B debut in October 2018 before progressing into the first-team squad. He made his first-team debut in the Portuguese Super Cup win over Sporting Lisbon in August 2019. Over the past 2 seasons, the Portugal under-21 international, who is predominantly a left-sided defender, made 25 appearances for Benfica. He was in the matchday squad for both matches we played against them in the last season's Europa League last 32, coming on as a late substitute in the second leg. Technical director Edu said Nuno is a talented young player who was wanted by a number of clubs across Europe. He will provide strong backup in the left back position. We look forward to him growing and developing with us and becoming an important part of the first team squad. Manager Mikel Arteta said, "We welcome Nuno to the club. He is a young player with great promise who has developed very well with Benfica in recent seasons, and he has shown his quality by being part of Portugal under-21s. Nuno's arrival will give the squad extra strength and options in defence, particularly with his energy on the left side of the pitch. We look forward to Nuno's arrival soon, his integration into the Arsenal family and playing in front of our fantastic supporters. The young defender will join up with the new teammates in the coming days after he travelled from Portugal and completed the current isolation regulations for international arrivals into the UK. Nuno will wear the number 20 shirt. Everyone at Arsenal welcomes Nuno to our club. The transfer is subject to the completion of regulatory processes." So Nuno Tavares, welcome to the Arsenal, and hopefully he can provide good backup for that left back position. You can go on Arsenal's website if you want to find his full interview, basically talking about the fact he admires Emil Smith-Rowe and Saka, the fact that he is a fast defender and he is very happy to join the club, just to sum it up. But that is it. Nuno Tavares has signed for Arsenal, and hopefully that's one signing down and more to come. The last bit of news I want to talk about is Andre Onana. Now, obviously, he is going to end his little thing going on with his little drug thing, but he's banned from football sort of thing in a few months' time. And a lot of clubs around Europe have been interested, which includes Lyon and Arsenal. Now, Lyon have agreed personal terms with the player, and Arsenal are not moving quickly on this one. For some reason or the next, Arsenal are not moving quickly on this one. Newspapers in the Netherlands have suggested that Arsenal are still front runners for his signature, as suggested a few weeks ago and one or two ago. But Lyon are ahead in the race at the moment, because they are moving quickly in terms of agreeing terms. Now, The price tag to get Onana in is very cheap. I think it's similar to what we paid for Nuno Tavares, around 5 to 6 million quid. It's not a lot of money at all. And hopefully we do get this one over the line, because I think the fact we may not get Matt Ryan in, you know, we do need a goalkeeper, with especially Runarsson. I think he's going off to Turkey, but we have, you know, promoted Okonkwo, so he's going to play number 3. Runarsson's going to leave. Matt Ryan's not here. I think we do need Onana, because he can provide proper backup for Leno, and he could properly challenge for that number 1 spot, and I think we need that. Even though we're not playing Europe, I still think we need that sort of competition. Now hopefully Onana does join us. I think he probably would join us ahead of Lyon, I think, because we've both not got Europe, but I think he is getting promised number 1 at Lyon, so maybe that's what's edging him towards there a bit. That's why he has agreed personal terms, but again, it's not hard to agree personal terms, because that all happens through the agents anyway. But hopefully we do get this Onana thing done, and we put in a bid to Ajax, maybe agree personal terms as well. But yeah, that's the news on Onana, that Lyon are ahead in the race, and Arsenal do need to get there. You know, they need to get moving, Arsenal. So that is it for Arsenal Transfer News Daily. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and hit a like on this video as well, and share the video around on the Twitters and all the other little things you shared them on. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.